Assalamu alaikum and welcome to Sports Extra. I'm your host Ahmed Nawaz. We've got a lot to discuss tonight. We're going to be doing a good round of sports once again. But first of all, we're going to be discussing something very particular, and it is going to be one of a kind. It's going to be Pakistan's very first golfing league that is going to be held for the very first time in Pakistan. And it's a mega event that is now going to commence on the 29th of August. It is, of course, including 3 teams that would be participating in the event, each team consisting of 16 golfers each. The mega event will be held at the Airmen Golf Club in Karachi. Now, like I said, the very first of its kind in Pakistan. Golf has a lot of space in Pakistan. Talk about tournaments, talk about players, talk about an infrastructure and clubs. And, you know, when you talk about Karachi, then it's got one of the most, I think, beautiful golf courses in Pakistan as well. Of course, Islamabad, Lahore, Faisalabad, all of these major cities have got some good courses. But the Airmen Golf Club, Karachi, is the place to be from the 29th of August to witness this very first golf league that we're talking about. Of course, like I said, 3 teams, 16 golfers each in one team. And it's going to be a great contest that is not just going to promote golf at the time, but also, I think, put the foundations for golf leagues in Pakistan as well. After that, we'll be moving on to cricket. Pakistan up against the West Indies. The second T20 international of the series starts tomorrow in Providence. The teams had arrived there. They have been practicing as well. They'll be a bit skeptical once again because we know that rain washed out the first T20 international. Nonetheless, now 3 T20s are left. So, like I said, Pakistan and West Indies are going to treat it now like a 3-match series. So it's going to be interesting. It's going to be very exciting. It always is when you're talking about a T20 cricket and Pakistan and West Indies. It's always the most exciting brand of cricket that you get to see in the shortest format. So Pakistan's combinations, their team places as well, and everything would be up for discussion, including the squad for the World Cup that has got to be announced as well. We'll be discussing all of this in tonight's show, starting our segment of golf. Like I highlighted, that the very first golf league of Pakistan is going to commence on the 29th of August. We'll be continuing this discussion on Sports Extra. We've been joined by none other than a golfer who's going to be talking all about this league. And I personally would like to talk about her career as well. She's none other than Ania Farooq. Ania, assalamu alaikum. Welcome to Sports Extra.
Walaikum assalam. Thank you so much for having me.
Right, we'll continue the discussion with Ania, but first of all, we've got a report that I think we should just go and look at. This is a report by Kainat Amil. Let's just look at that and then come back.
The 21-year-old Ania is Pakistan's top lady golfer and a national champion. After having interest in football at an early age, Ania decided to switch to golf following injuries in football. Ania took up the sport at the age of 12 and won her first tournament the same year. Since then, Ania has gone on to win several national tournaments as well as the Corporate Golf Challenge. With the great support from her father, coaches and teachers alongside her untiring efforts and hard work, Ania has managed to stand number 1 at the current national ranking.
My father, especially, he was the one who was going all over Pakistan, all over wherever I was having my tournaments. He used to go there with me. He used to help me, play my practice rounds, plan the course. So my dad was a major role in all of this, and then my coach supported me a lot.
Ania, who now considers the golf course as her second home, spends around 10 hours a day practicing.
Golf is like everything to me. So I could go anywhere for golf and do anything for golf.
The high-spirited golfer Ania is also a dentist in training, but considers that secondary to her dream of becoming a golf pro. She mentions, "My goal is to be the first lady professional golfer of Pakistan. It's not about being the best, it's about being better than what you were yesterday. I try harder every day than I did before." The number 1 lady golfer of Pakistan has bagged over 40 titles after playing more than 100 tournaments. Her first achievement was winning the Pak Korea Friendship Cup in 2012. She also won the 32nd Chief of Air Staff Open Golf Championship in the same year, along with the President Gold Medal Open Golf Championship in 2016. Another feat worth mentioning here is her winning 5 SGA Cups back-to-back. She also won the National Ladies Amateur Golf Championship in 2017. Then, in 2020, she also won the Faldo Series U21 and Lady Captain Cup.
Right, there you have it, the illustrious career of Ania Farooq. Now, I think let's just talk to her because I am absolutely bamboozled. Ania, a dentist in the making, golf course your second home, practicing 10 hours a day, championships since the year 2012 up till now. What's going on, Anya? Is this like a super golfer that the new generation is now going to know?
I'm humbled by your praise. Thank you so much. It's just hard work, I would say. I've worked very hard to get to the point where I am today.
Right, Anya, talk us through now, because I think I'll just come to the league in a bit, but because, like I said, I've just seen that illustrious career and I'm in absolute awe. I really want to ask you, like you said, that your father has been your biggest sport. Growing up, there are so many sports that one can follow. Golf in particular becomes probably one of the most technical sports that we see all around. So once you started, what's the difficulties that you faced when you took this as a professional sport?
I think, first of all, I was very lucky and fortunate to have parents who supported me a lot, and a coach they were there for me through thick and thin. When I initially started, there weren't many girls taking up the sport of golf, and it was very disappointing to not be able to have ladies tournaments just because there was lack of participants. But as with time, this whole thing changed, and now you see there are so many ladies and girls taking up golf. It is very difficult, but I think again, practice makes you perfect, and the perfect practice makes you the perfect player. So yeah, that's all about it.
Definitely it is. Now, of course, like you said, you've participated in many professional events as well. And competitive golf does have its own charm because, however, you can practice as much as you want. But when it comes to a competition, things tend to change as well. So all the nerves there as well, the composure, technicalities, everything is there. So how's that journey been for you, being mentally there every time you've been playing golf?
In the start, as I just said, there wasn't much competition. However, there were people taking up sport, golf, right? So initially it was easy, and then as you've just started, you're not too much about winning and all. But with time, you get serious. You really want to win every single tournament. Then every stroke starts to count. So with time, I started getting serious, and then that's how I started working on my mental stability as well. Because you see, in golf, it's like 100% of you. Your mind has to be completely there. Your body, your muscles, everything is required. I think that's the same with every sport. So it does get difficult, but I think definitely you have mental coaches out there who help you to, you know, uh, deal with the pressure situations and all of these other situations where you really need to stay calm and, composed and just maintain and focus.
Right, and talking about golf courses in Pakistan, Anya, how have you found them? Which is probably the toughest course that you have probably been here in this country?
Well, I think Airmen Golf Course is one of the toughest courses I've played, and that's my home course as well. That's where I started playing golf, and it is one of the longest courses of Pakistan. In fact, even in the world, it's a pretty long course, and the wind is it's crazy over there. So it's like the toughest course, I would say.
Right, and now talking about the tournament itself, Anya, we know we've got many competitive tournaments in Pakistan when it comes to golf. But the very first league of its kind, how different does it get?
Well, I'm super excited for Torek Makto because it's the first Super League of Pakistan for golf. And let's see how it goes. But we're all very excited because this is how golf is going to grow. As you know, there's a league for cricket, so why not golf, right? And it's going to be like a milestone in golf for the history of Pakistan because there's never been an event like this before, and it's going to be a game changing.
So when we talk about three teams, 16 golfers each in one team, Anya, technicalities do get involved as well. What is the level of competition that this league is now aiming for?
Well, each of the teams has the best players from all over Pakistan, so every stroke counts, and it's going to be a serious game.
So do you think you're going to enjoy the league more, or do you think traditional competitions are something that you've got a special place for? And also, because this is the very first league of its kind, how do you see the league growing as well? Because this is certainly something that can attract probably more golfers here as well.
Yes, there are basically going to be 4 stages. So the first one is an amateur-only stage, which is going to be on the 29th of August, inshallah. And then we'll follow with professionals and amateurs, then only professionals, and then we'll be introducing international players to the league. So it's going to be exciting and it's going to be tough too. So good luck to the players and everyone out there.
Right, Anya, so many young girls watching you out there right now. Is there any message you'd like to give to them for those young girls who want to take up golf as a professional sport?
Well, I really think whoever is interested in golf, they really should, because in the beginning it's going to be really difficult. But you just don't have to lose hope, because if you lose hope, you're going to lose it all. So you need to stay focused and just keep working hard, and inshallah you'll achieve what you want to.
Hopefully, Anya, best of luck for the event itself. And, you know, Pakistan is really proud of you, where you're going, and we hope you a lot more success on the national and international stage.
Thank you.
Right, that was Anya Farooq, professional golfer, talking to us here at Sports Extra. Like we mentioned, they're the very first league of its kind. And, you know, talking about Pakistan, especially Karachi, then Karachi has some fantastic golf courses. As Anya mentioned, that the most difficult that she's played on is the Airmen Golf Club in Karachi because of the sheer length of the course and the high winds that definitely blow in as well. So it's something where technicalities do get tested. But nonetheless, like we always talk about, that Pakistan as a destination for golf courses has got some really challenging golf courses as well, has got some really technical golf courses at the same time, and some beautiful landscapes that are there as well in various cities as well. So it's very important to highlight the fact that we've got the infrastructure, and probably more can be done at this stage as well. Now, we're very honored to be joined by the Secretary of the Airmen Golf Club in Karachi, none other than Mr. Mansoor Ali. Sir, Assalamu Alaikum, welcome to Sports Extra.
Walaikum Assalam, it's my pleasure to be with you.
Right, sir. First of all, we'd like to know more about the league in general. Of course, Anya did give us a little teaser, but from your expert analysis, how big is this league going to be?
It is going to be a very exciting journey that is going to start in Pakistan, and you know that this is the first of its kind in Pakistan. We have seen the golf league system, cricket coming into and getting fame from the league. So we thought to introduce something that is going to spread at grassroots level. It should go down to the schools and colleges, and and people are not very fond of playing golf as it has some tags that it's a game of old people. It's a very slow game, but it is otherwise. As we have played golf, so I know that it is going to be very exciting, and it is going to introduce many people to the golf.
Definitely. Now, talking about the Airmen Golf Club itself, sir, would you like to highlight something particular about the course? Because we were just talking to Anya, and she mentioned that it's one of the most difficult courses that she has played in. But nonetheless,
Yes.
people would want to know more about the golf course.
Of course, as Anya has highlighted, Airmen Golf Club, situated in the crease of Korangi, is one of the most challenging and longest golf course because it is open to the Arabian Sea and is a west open to the sea. Some of the holes, when you are playing right in front of you are heading towards the wind. So the wind speed gusts around 30 to 40 knots, and it is very difficult to control your shots and to reach the distance that is usually being played in the courses is very, very tough. So and more importantly, the greens that we have are very fine curves, so it's very difficult to putt on those greens also. So Airmen stands very unique in Karachi, and it's one of the toughest course that I've seen also.
Definitely, sir. We do take that as well, that it's one of the toughest course that can be there for offer. Now, golf in general, sir, as we're talking about this league as well, that is going to commence later on in August. What are we aiming for after this league? Do you think that this will now become a regular feature, because this is the very first in Pakistan, and we would like to take this as a yearly feature for the calendar of tournaments in golf?
Yeah, I would like to introduce many people that Turk Macto is a private firm registered for the purpose that it should bring golf in a manner that is being played around the world. So in Pakistan, this concept, this dream was a dream, but it is turning into a reality through this Turk Macto. The idea was introduced to me also by Mr. Abrar, who is the CEO of Turk Macto. And once there was a time when he shared this concept with me, I was, was confused whether it would be converted into the reality. But I'm so excited that this formal inauguration that is taking place on 29th is going to be, the founding step for this dream to come true. And the most important part is that it would start off with the three teams, and each team will have 16 players. But we will spread our wings initially from amateurs to the professional players, and then we would like to further expand it to the international players. Once we will go to the international level, and international players are coming to the Pakistan and playing and experiencing the golfing environment in Pakistan, I'm sure the potential that it provides to the Pakistanis, to the exposure that the golfing exposure to us also is going to be very great. This experience would not only enlarge the Pakistan perspective around the world, that Pakistan is a society, is a country where the golf is being taken at a very high level.
Certainly, sir. Lastly, I would want to ask you about the structure of golf in Pakistan right now. We know that it has a lot of individual capacity, and there's a lot of golf courses as well throughout the country, a lot of support by the forces, private sector as well. But at the same time, we'd like to see more of Pakistan on the international circuit of golf and more representation when it comes to golf majors around the world. In your expert opinion, sir, what can be done more in order to achieve this goal?
Already we have a structure. Pakistan Golf Federation is there to, that conducts conducts matches throughout the country, and there is a calendar year in which the major tournaments are being played throughout the country and in at different courses. This is one big part, and Sindh Golf Association is, the biggest contributor in Pakistan Golf Federation. Mostly the matches are conducted in Karachi because we have three big courses: Karachi Golf Club, DHA Golf Club, and Airmen Golf Club. And we also have Arabian Golf Club also. So all in all, the major tournaments are conducted in mostly around in Karachi. So this is the biggest part that that golf is being played, and we have a good number of players also in Karachi.
Right, sir. We'll take it from there. All the very best to you and your entire team, and of course the golf club for this league. We send out our best wishes and prayers, and hopefully that this tournament does lay the foundation for some exciting golf leagues in Pakistan that also houses international players. All the very best, sir.
Thank you very much, and I'm also looking forward that more and more people will join us, and especially the young generation will also be taking up this sports. It's an emerging sports, and it's going to be very exciting in the future, inshallah.
Inshallah, sir. That is the hope. Thank you so much for joining us. Right. So definitely, like I said, the very first of its kind starts in the later half of August. 29th of August is a place to be at the Airmen Golf Club in Karachi. I'm surely going to try and be there as well, because this is a one-of-a-kind event, and we definitely want to see more such activities in Pakistan when it comes to golf. An exciting golf league is all you need right now in terms of competitive golf. We're just going to go towards a short break. When we come back, we'll have a discussion on cricket. Stay tuned.